What a difference a week makes. A little bit early, about 5 minutes early. 5 minutes early. So just going to be setting stuff up for now. Here we go. All right. Okay, I'm ready to go now. So anytime anybody wants to jump in here, feel free. Uh, let's see, what's the time? Well, still got 5 minutes left. How's that work? I'm going to turn that sound down. There we go. I don't need to listen to myself, especially on a delay. So, yeah, just kind of waiting here before I get going too good, too much. See if anybody pops in. Uh, Pretty nice day today. I didn't get out and enjoy it like I should. Well, had a piece of wood. I don't know how that got in there, but anyway. Uh, been doing some wiring. You can see there's some wire there, but I think that I did the other day. That's got to be tightened up. You can't see what I did today because it's behind the camera. So, yeah. Kind of scrolling through Facebook on my computer. Not Facebook, but YouTube, and looking at the lives. Been on here 113 seconds, it says. Hopefully we'll have somebody come in and we can get something going on. See, I guess what I'd like to talk about, one thing, is this whole thing with the eggs. Well, so somebody else is watching. Say hi. And anyway, this egg thing, I put out a video earlier this week of some research I found and left my notes in the truck. But here's some of that information. I'll try to do this off the top of my head. But anyway, there's been somewhere between 120 and 166 million birds, chickens, euthanized since 2022. I mean, it varies depending on the source. So there's part of your problem. Okay, I got disconnected from my internet, I guess, or something, YouTube. But anyway, I was saying that that's a lot of chickens have been euthanized, and I don't know what else it could be, you know, other than maybe, let's put some farmers out of business. Probably, I can't imagine too many can take a hit like that. So, and it's in the egg market right now, but your things like your frozen chicken pot pies, your chicken soups, it's going to affect all that because that's where they send those old hens after they get too old to lay. So that's going to affect that kind of stuff. Uh, your canned chicken, I imagine. And I don't know. I'm taking a risk on repeating myself, but maybe no one's heard this. and I lost my train of thought. Uh, my eyelids are acting funky. Anyway, uh, the way they check these chickens, they go into a chicken house, one of these big laying operations, and they'll check chickens, see which one they have. They find one chicken that has the bird flu, they euthanize the whole flock. Uh, I don't think that's right. That's just don't seem right to me. Uh, I guess, well, I had 6 people in here, but anyway, uh, they just disappeared. I guess they didn't like me talking about chicken euthanization. And I'd like to know where the animal rights people are on all of that business. But anyway, I guess they'd rather have them killed than used as food. But anyway, that's crazy. No, it's just me. Somebody did leave me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Uh, hey, Charlene, how's things going? Uh, just trying to do a Saturday Night Live. I hope you're doing well and your family. But I was just talking about the chicken thing. Uh, the cost of eggs and stuff. And I saw something, I didn't go read the article, but in California, because all the chickens have to be free range, or cage free, I guess what they call it, their eggs are like $10 a dozen. I mean, that's crazy. So it's good to see you doing well. We're all doing pretty good around here. Uh, the weather has gotten a lot warmer. It's cooler today than it has been, but it's crazy that a week ago it was still below freezing here and we had snow on the ground. Today, I think the high here was 52 or so. Holy cow, Charlene. $10.49 for a dozen eggs. You just made me really appreciate my chickens. Oh, we get done with this, I'm off. Go out and tell them thank you. Man, that's a bag of chicken feed here. I mean, I think chicken feed where we buy it's going for $9.95. We buy it from the local co-op, and it's like $9.95 a bag, and that will feed our chickens a little over a week. Yep, that's a good idea to get them gardens in, but I always have a problem with getting mine in too early a lot of times, and then we get a frost, and I've lost a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I need to up my gardening game a lot so we can have stuff. I mean, uh, I imagine it is that I can't imagine anyone living on the East Coast. I mean, I've been out there a few times back when I drove a truck in the late 80s, and I didn't lose anything out there, and I don't have much interest in going back. You know, uh, I just, yeah, I know things are crazy high. Uh, Shoot, I had something I wanted to say and I forgot. But anyway, uh, we got more new baby goats. For anybody that follows the channel, you saw the goats babies we got last week. Well, we got 2 more today. I've already posted a short. I found them this afternoon. I guess it was about 3 o'clock. They were still wet. I mean, yeah, they wasn't very old at all. One of them was still struggling to stand up, but they're doing good now. Yeah, they're about 3 hours old. Mom had them out in the middle of the pen, but uh, Rhonda took them, put them in the house, and they're doing good. That is sad that your grandkids may not be able to stay there. Uh, it's it is said the prices of things is crazy. Yeah, I like little everything. I like baby goats, the baby chickens, the baby pigs. Baby pigs are hilarious, uh, and it fascinates me how quickly baby animals begin to adapt to their world. It's amazing. So, getting some people popping in and out. If you're watching, you never been here, say hi. You got something on your mind, or something you want to know, you got questions. I'm sitting here in my workshop. When I eventually get it done, I've been slowly getting the wiring ran for the outlets and light switch. And then as soon as I get that done and get the electric hooked up in here, then we're going to start making some bigger, faster changes. Finish up the insulation. You can tell it's kind of spotty, but that's all right. It worked out. But yeah, baby animals or something. Me and the number one farmhand was just outside before I came in here and started this, watching last week's babies. They're starting to play and jump around and stuff. One day at a time. That's about all you can do. You know, I know that we lived here quite a while. What was it? We'll be here 20 years on this property in August, and I think we were here. Let me see. It was 20. I believe it was 2020 when we first got our pigs. We had chickens before that. We came here in 2005. So, yeah. So it took us about 5 years to get pigs, and we got into it. One, at the time, they were cheap. I've got a bad feeling that there's so many people in the pig business right now that it's going to push the prices back to what it was when we got in. But when we got in, we didn't get into it to sell pigs necessarily. We got into it to raise some for our meat. And we've just been adding a little bit ever since. We have, let's see, what is it? 4 breeding age sows. One, the Ruby, she's the last of our original pigs we bought in 2020. I think she's just not going to breed anymore. And so, not counting her, we've got 3 breeding age sows and 1 boar. And then we've got a 2-year-old bull that we need to make an appointment for, and about a 1.5 year old heifer calf that is partially blind. And then we've got 5 adult goats, 2 of which are breeding age bucks, and then the other 3 are breeding age does. And we now have 4 baby goats. There will be lots of baby goat videos coming out, shorts and a longer version. So keep an eye out for them. Uh, Knock on wood, we've been pretty lucky so far with our kidding season. Uh, our girls have had no problem whatsoever birthing. So we got chickens. We're going to get more chickens this year. We're going to, yep, we've been growing it, and I got a feeling it's going to grow quite a bit some more, just because, well, goats, we have a deposit put down on a full-blooded registered mini Nubian doeling, so that we can have milk production. Our first three girls were on the bottom on a whim, and we don't know much about them, other than two of them seem to be pretty good moms, which that's a good thing. But I thought I heard the farmhand out there. I guess not. But excuse me. We have one registered mini Nubian buck. It's acorn, or mostly black buck. And we're going to try to get us some more mini Nubians that way. And the mini Nubian's a milking breed. For anybody who wants to know, it's a cross between a Nubian, probably doe, the original cross. To make a mini Nubian would be a Nubian doe crossed on a Nigerian dwarf buck. So there's just some goat information you didn't know you needed to know. And I'm wanting a milk cow so bad I can taste it. I just haven't been able to swing the purchase price on that one yet. To get what I want, we're looking at about $4,000 to $5,000. It's not in my budget right now. But we'll be, probably by this time next year, we'll be having goat milk. I don't know what Rhonda's plans are with these three girls we've got, whether or not she's going to try to milk them or not. They're not real friendly. They're better than they were when we got them. The only one that will let us touch them is Salty, and she's kind of mean to everything else. She tries to kill Opal, the border collie mix. She hates that dog, and the dog just loves to aggravate her. She just wants to play, but Salty don't play. She's mean, and she definitely runs the herd around here. Yeah, so that's kind of what we got going on here. I kind of grew up in this stuff. I can only remember one goat on our property when I was a kid, and it was a billy or a buck, whatever you want to call it. And it was mean. It'd try to butt you every chance it got. I didn't like it. And it actually belonged to my cousin. She'd got it for some reason, and Dad agreed she could bring it to our house and leave it for a little while. And finally, it got to be such a nuisance. Dad said, "Come and get this goat and do something with it." But anyway, I grew up, Mom and Dad had chickens and pigs, and there was a while there that we had a ringneck pheasant and a chucker, and there was times when I think we had up to 10 breeding doe rabbits. So kind of livestock is what I've grown up with. Just small scale, like I do here. I've only got 10 acres, but we make it work. So, how's the weather where everybody's at? Charlene, are you guys starting to thaw out any up there? It's beautiful here. It was like 53 today. I had to go in and work a little bit this morning because I didn't go in and work a little bit last night. I went in and did part of my job, and then I went and drove the bus like I do every day, and then I came home feeling a little puny. And fortunately, my job allows for that occasionally. I don't want to take advantage of it too often, but it's something I can do. Wow, you guys are almost warm as us. That's good. I think you guys were colder longer than we were, though. I'm hoping. It was windy here yesterday, but it's not been bad today. It's probably 5-10 mile an hour here, but yesterday it just blew constantly. It's probably a constant 10-mile-an-hour wind, and then it gust up to 25 or 30, I guess. But do you guys get a lot of wind up there coming off the ocean? Am I right in assuming that Cape Cod's pretty close to the ocean? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was very cold. Pretty cold up there this year. Overall, ours wasn't too bad, but we had a couple of stretches where it got pretty cold. But it wasn't too bad. It didn't stay. I mean, I think like a week ago, Wednesday, it was -7. And then it warmed up from there. And yesterday, I think it was like 72 or 73 degrees here. I bet that is. That's some. I just can't imagine. That's got to be. It's got a lot of moisture in it too, I'm assuming. And I know around here when we get a lot of moisture in the wind, it's colder. And we get outside in the wind doing anything, and it just saps you. Oh, that's not good, Charlene. I hope it doesn't get very cold. It's supposed to stay fairly warm here. I think we're going to be up and down a little bit, but we're talking lows in the mid 30s, and that's about it. This is kind of making me nervous. There's that old saying. I don't know if it's one up in your area, but if March comes in like a lamb, it's likely to go out like a lion. Well, about the end of March is when tornado season kicks off around here. And they're predicting that our tornado season is going to be a little rough this year. I hope not. But we're just about as prepared as we can be. We've got a storm shelter, and we keep some stuff stashed in there for emergencies, some snacks, and I think we need to get a change of clothes down there, and we got some blankets in there, chairs, and so, it'll get us through, a night in a pinch. I just would rather, I could do without the tornadoes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's coming in like a lamb. Today's the first, so it's pretty nice day out today. A little bit cool, but it still is in the mid 50s. Yeah, we did that. I think it was about 3 years ago. Just the stress of what to do. We live basically in the middle of a hay field, and uh, this is the area we live in is part of the Missouri tall grass prairie, and it's not exactly the prairie like in western Kansas because it's been farmed and there's been fence rows put in and stuff, but it's the prairie. I mean, small rolling hills, you know, just not much going on. So when them storms would roll in, it was for a while we ran to the uh, church here in town, but they got nervous about having people in there and maybe something happening, so they quit opening that up to people. Now we could go up to Liberal. They have a community storm shelter that FEMA paid for, but that's 8 miles away. So for us, it's just best to have our own, and things came together and we got one. And I do not regret it, even though we've not used it. I don't regret it at all. We need to do some things to make it easier to get to. Not that it's hard to get to, but just put some pavers down and things like that. So, yeah, I thought so. It gives us a peace of mind. Not to mention, we haven't had a warned storm for us, a tornado warning here since we got it. I mean, we've not had to use it. Well, let me take that back. We did have one last year, I believe. I wasn't here. I was at work, and I believe Rhonda, the number one farmhand, had to run and get in it, but uh, that's about the only one. Of course, you know, being someone who grew up here in the Midwest and with tornadoes, I don't like them, but you know, I try to see where it's at so that just so that I'll know. I just like to know those things. Uh, all right. Well, Charlene, you and your family take care. And well, I'd tell you to enjoy doing those dishes, but yeah, I don't think that'll happen. But anyway, I appreciate you coming in, hanging out with me for a little bit, and we'll catch you later. Have a great night. So, alrighty. Uh, just kind of hanging out here now. I see I got a couple of people in here. Yep, take it easy, Charlene. I appreciate you. Uh, I see Charlene has left the chat, but I still got somebody here. Say hi. Maybe we can find something to talk about. Uh, you know, I try to read up on a lot of stuff so that I'm informed on things. And I got a stupid pop up. Who let that on there? So, wow. The only one here, so there might be some people that watch later. I don't know. I'm not a brilliant conversationalist, but I can carry on this conversation if people, you know, choose to participate. Uh, you know, I'm sure that I don't know. I'm not making a very good impression. My beard's a mess, and my hair's a mess. And, uh, but anyway, that's kind of who I am. I'm just kind of a mess. But okay, so this whole Trump, Vance, Zelensky thing that happened yesterday. I've got about 4 people on my personal Facebook that are just driving me nuts with that. It's crazy. And, I shouldn't let it bother me because I can't do anything about any of it. But uh, people just, I don't know, shouldn't worry about people. I try not to, but, you know, sometimes you just got to wonder about people. Hmm. Anyway, I've been on here 31 minutes. We'll give her a few more minutes and see if somebody shows up. I don't know. Oh, there's somebody. Leave me a comment. Whoop, nope, they're gone. They're gone. Uh, I mean, I know that I'm supposed to be the entertainment here, but I don't know. 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 Um, I've been trying to stay off of social media because of the aforementioned people, and they're uh, just the older I get, the less I care for a lot of people. And I guess this whole YouTube thing may not be a good idea for me. I don't know. I've been doing it for about 4 years now, 4 or 5, or maybe 3. I think it's just 3. I think I started in June of 2022. Maybe not. Maybe before that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Um, so, anybody got a topic of conversation they'd like to discuss? Um, this is not my home. Although, if it was just me, I could live here. It's have to be a little better than it is now, but this is going to be my workshop. In the process of getting it wired and insulated and all of that good stuff, uh, I was worried I wasn't going to have enough wire for it, but I think now that I am. I haven't shown me pulling any wire just because it's not a pretty sight. And sometimes I say bad words when I do it. All righty. Uh, and see if I can keep this going until about a quarter till. I was hoping to go for an hour. I was just looking. Opal was barking about something. I'm trying to see what's going on. She stopped, so I guess there's not much going on. Oh, I hear she's out in the field. So it's either the neighbor's dog or some deer crossing just to the south of me here. We've got neighbors, but we've got a hayfield between us. Uh, Not a huge one, but still, it's getting close to a quarter of a mile away, which is about as close as I want neighbors. And I have great neighbors. Really love my neighbors, especially those to the south. They were here when we got here, and they have been great. Uh, I wish everybody could have neighbors like them. The neighbors to the north, there's nothing wrong with them. They've been pretty good neighbors too. Uh, all of my neighbors tend to mind their own business, but they kind of keep an eye on stuff for you. And I try to do that for them. So, oh, I, I don't know if I got this out on YouTube or not, but I listen to a lot of podcasts because I'm a janitor up at our high school, and it's kind of you know kind of a boring job. After all the kids and teachers are gone, it's quiet and oh, excuse me. And while I like music, I'm really picky about what I listen to. And what I like, I've heard so much, it's just kind of boring to me anymore. So I don't listen to a lot of music. But I've discovered a podcast years ago. So I listen to podcasts. And I was listening to one, uh, I found one called Let's Get to the Bottom of That. Pretty entertaining. They don't get to the bottom of hardly anything, but they're entertaining. And they said they introduced a new guy. He wears a ball cap a lot. He said, "Well, if you'll send him a ball cap, he'll wear it on the show and give you a shout out." So I'm like, "Okay, I got some. Let me see if I'm gonna go here. Okay, it's got my logo and it's got that on there. Eat bacon, not bugs." So I sent him my last one of these, my last new one. I have two of them. I have this one, and then I have a nicer one that I haven't wore out and got all dirty and sweaty. This is my everyday hat. But anyway, I sent it to them, and I'd been paying attention to their podcast, and I'd see it sitting on the table, so I'd make a comment, about how nice looking that black and orange hat was. And the guy that runs the show would send me a message, said, "Okay, yeah, we're going to send it. You're going to show. He's going to wear it. Just, yeah, that's okay." So finally he wore it, and they gave me a really good shout out, way more than I expected. Uh, they actually had said they went and looked up my YouTube channel and watched a little bit of it to find out, what I was about. And I mean, I got a good minute and a half. And then they gave me another probably minute at the end of it that was really good. And then they put me on their, not me, but my hat, and talked about it on their uh, a clip on Facebook. I was really pleased with these guys. And they, if you, they do a lot of conspiracy theory stuff, which I love conspiracy theories. I don't believe them all, but I like listening to them. So anyway, go check them out. It's Let's Get to the Bottom of That. They're everywhere. They're on Spotify, Rumble, Discord. So I've never been to Discord. I need to go check that out, I guess. But I don't really need to be adding another social media site to my repertoire. But they're just about everywhere. They're on Instagram. So, yeah, go check them out. If you do podcasts, and like I said, they never get to the bottom of anything usually. For those of you with a Christian bent, uh, and I don't mean that as an insult. I consider myself a Christian. I'm not a very good one. I tend to backslide a lot, and I'm just really imperfect when it comes to that. But anyway, they did a podcast on the King James version of the Bible. And it was really interesting. They had done some research. Of course, like I said, they're Christians. I think they all go to church together. But anyway, very good. They don't. I don't think they push the Christian side of it a whole lot. They just kind of casually comes up. But anyway, check them out. Let's get to the bottom of that. And they give me a good shout out, so I'm giving them the best I can. Seem to be pretty good guys. They're just up the road from me in Kansas City, which is 2.5 hours away. Uh, but alrighty, I guess. Usually, I don't know. I say usually. This is like my 8th live, and I'm obviously struggling with it, just because I don't know. Maybe somebody could get on here and give me some pointers. Uh, but the thing is, I am who I am, and I don't feel the need to be anyone but who I am. I picked a tough time slot too. Uh, 6 o'clock. You know, I know that there was another live on, and it's another. Uh, well, I don't know, but because I don't know, but I guess it was 9 Acre Family Farms, and now they're up there. I don't know. They're just over here in Kansas a little ways, but they're live as well, or at least according to YouTube there. Uh, so yeah, there's plenty of competition in my genre, I guess. Uh, I don't know. I like to get off into the conspiracy theories too. A couple more minutes, and I'm probably going to call it quit. Um, and I think I don't know, but yep, the homestead's growing here. The population on the homestead's growing, um, constantly changing. Try to make changes for the better, but anyway, let me see. I'm gonna try to do something here. Okay. Uh, while I do this, um, I don't know. Yep, I'm not even watching now. So there we go. That's visibility's public, which is what I want. Okay. I think I'm still. There we go. Now I'm back to it. All right. Got about 30 seconds left. So I guess I'll start my sign off. And, Charlene, if you're watching this again, I appreciate you. Uh, I hope everything goes good up there in Cape Cod. And let's look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. And don't forget to pray. Later.